Your car's brake pads are one essential safety feature of your car, so keeping them in top condition can mean the difference between a smooth stop or an accident due to a failed brake. Typically, brake pads should be replaced every 25,000 to 65,000 miles, while rotors last around 30,000 to 70,000 miles. These numbers will vary depending on your driving style, terrain, and weather. Thankfully, your brakes will always give you clear warning signs before things even get dangerous, and that is why in this video, we will break down 9 key signs to look out for that indicate your brake pads need a replacement. We will also address some of the frequently asked questions regarding brake pads, such as, how can I extend the life of my brake pads? Are all brake pads the same? How much does it cost to replace brake pads? Can I replace the brake pads myself? And what causes brake pads to wear out faster? One, visible wear and tear. Take a quick look at your brake pads through the spokes of your wheels. If the pads are thinner than before, or they are less than 1/4 inch thick, then know that your brake pads are nearing the end of their life, and it is time to have them replaced to avoid brake failure, because thin brake pads can compromise your ability to stop safely at any time. Number 2. High-pitched screeching. Hear a piercing squeal when braking? That's your brake pad's built-in warning system doing its job. This sound means the pads are thinning out and need replacing soon. Schedule an appointment before the screech turns into something worse. 3. Screeching despite new pads. If your brakes still scream after a recent pad replacement, the problem could be glazed rotors. Overheating during heavy braking can scorch the rotor's surface, leaving it shiny and smooth. Look for blue marks or a burnt ring. These rotors likely need replacing. Number 4. Slow stop response. Is your car taking longer to stop than usual? This could point to a brake fluid leak or overheated pads and rotors from frequent braking over long distances. Either way, don't ignore this sign. It's a safety risk. 5. Brake pedal vibration. Does your car or steering wheel vibrate when you brake, and do you feel a little wobble on the pedal? That's a red flag. It's often caused by worn-out pads or warped, uneven rotors. When everything's in good shape, braking should feel smooth, not shaky. 6. Extremely sensitive or insensitive brakes. If your brakes grab too hard at the lightest touch or require you to push the pedal to the floor, it may indicate that your rotors or brake pads have worn down unevenly. This could also mean that you need to replace your brake fluid. Either way, it's a sign that you need to have your car checked and serviced. Number 7. Puddle under your car. Noticed a mysterious puddle under your parked car? If the liquid feels like motor oil but isn't as slick, it could be brake fluid. Leaking fluid reduces your brake's effectiveness and needs immediate attention. 8. Heavy grinding sound. Did you miss the screeching phase? Well, you have if you start hearing a heavy grinding or growling noise from your car wheels. This means that your brake pads are completely worn out, leading the metal backing plate rubbing against the rotor. This can cause severe damage, from scoring the rotors to making your brakes stick. And 9. Pulling to one side. If your car pulls left or right when braking, then uneven brake pad wear or contaminants in your brake fluid could be the reason for those. Either way, it's time to have the brake system checked and repaired. Now, why is driving with a worn brake pad dangerous? Well, ignoring a worn brake pad when you have noticed any of these signs mentioned in this video is not just bad for your brakes, but it is also risky for you, your car, and the lives of other drivers on the road, as this could lead to a fatal accident. Here's what could happen. Slower stopping times. Worn pads reduce your ability to brake quickly, increasing the risk of accidents. Tire damage. Struggling brakes can force you to slam the pedal more often, wearing down your tires faster and unevenly. Braking system. Failure damaged pads and rotors can lead to overheating, warping, and expensive repairs across the entire brake system. Now let's look at some common FAQs on this. 1. How much does it cost to replace brake pads? The cost varies depending on your car's make and model. On average, brake pad replacement typically ranges from $100 to $300 per axle, including parts and labor. If you are replacing it yourself, then the cost will be lower since you only need to buy the parts and no labor cost, which is usually higher than the parts. 2. Can I replace the brake pads myself? Yes. If you have the right tools and basic automotive knowledge, you should be able to replace the brake pads yourself easily. However, professional installation is recommended for safety and precision. 3. What happens if I don't replace my brake pads on time? Delaying the replacement of your brake pads can cause damage to the rotors, calipers, and overall braking system, resulting in costly repairs and compromised safety. 4. How can I check my brake pads at home? You can check your brake pads at home by simply inspecting the thickness of your brake pads through the spokes of your wheels to see how thick they are. If they're less than a quarter-inch thick, it's time to replace them. 5. Are all brake pads the same? No, brake pads come in different materials such as ceramic, metallic, and organic. Each type has its advantages and is suited to specific driving needs. Ceramic pads are durable, quiet, and produce less dust, making them ideal for daily driving, but they're costly and not suited for heavy-duty use. Metallic pads are heat-resistant and durable, perfect for high-performance or heavy vehicles, though they can be noisy and wear rotors faster. Organic pads are quiet and budget-friendly, but wear out quickly and aren't ideal for intense driving. Choose brake pads based on your vehicle type, driving habits, and performance needs. 6. How long do brake pads typically last? Brake pad lifespan varies depending on factors like driving habits, terrain, and the type of brake pads. On average, they last between 25,000 and 65,000 miles. 7. What are the signs that brake pads need to be replaced? Common indicators include squealing noises, slow stopping response, vibrations while braking, and visible wear. 8. What causes brake pads to wear out faster? Driving in stop-and-go traffic, frequently slamming the brakes, carrying heavy loads, and driving on hilly terrain can all accelerate brake pad wear. 9. Is it necessary to replace rotors when replacing brake pads? Not always, but if the rotors are worn, warped, or damaged, replacing them along with the pads is often necessary for optimal performance. 10. How can I extend the life of my brake pads? Practice smooth and gradual braking. Avoid overloading your vehicle and have your braking system inspected regularly to prevent excessive wear. And that is a wrap. If you find this video to be helpful, then you will love our other video here, the signs and symptoms of a bad EGR valve. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more informative videos from us. I will see you in our video. Bye.